Hey guys, this is your book publishing coach, Coach CJ Arete, and right now I want to show you a powerful little lesson here. The first 5 pages of your new book. I want to show you exactly how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to be laid out, and just use this as an example template of how you can lay out the first 5 pages of your new exciting book. First thing you need is page number 1. Okay, it's going to be your book title. Your book title. Now, right now, just call it a working title because you might change that book title 2, 3, 4 times. But just put a working title on page 1. Page 2 is going to be the copyright information. Page 3 is going to be acknowledgements, the acknowledgements page. Page 4 can be the table of contents. And page 5 is going to be your intro page. So let me show you exactly how that's supposed to actually look, okay? So let's imagine this is page 1 and you've got your working book title, okay? It could be anything, whatever you're talking about, my amazing life, it could be my dog stories, whatever, right? Your working book title. Now, keep your title secret. Don't be telling people, man, okay, because we want to keep that quiet. I'll show you why in the next couple of modules, but you want to be able to buy your own URL soon. I'll talk to you about that in a couple of lessons, but you might even put like a subtitle, how to do this or that, okay, or whatever your book is about. So you've got a title, and that might be in large, bold letters. The fonts might even be about, I don't know, anywhere from 24 to 30 font. You want to make it pretty big on your page 1, and then just a smaller subtitle, maybe right under the title, okay, and that would be page number 1. You can actually see the 1 right there in the bottom left, and then of course page 2 is your copyright information. Now here's what I want you to do. You can use this exact copyright template, and I'm probably going to insert a example template so that you can download on a PDF or something like that. You could just copy it and paste it. So all you want to do is just change the name. Don't put, instead of copyright 2018, whatever the year of your book, okay, and then put your name right here. Just substitute my name for your name. So instead of my recent book is Achieve Anything Lifestyle, you want to put your book title here. Okay, and if you want to put the subtitle after the book title, you can do that too. And then I have by CJ Arete here. You can actually replace that with your name. Then the rest is all the same. You just pop it in, okay, on page number 2, and it will look just like this. Okay, and then of course page number 3 is the acknowledgements page. You don't actually have to put acknowledgements page up here. I just did that for your just to show you, but maybe 4 or 5 people that you'd like to thank, or groups of people you'd like to thank. For example, I want to thank my friend Carla. She's been my best friend all my life, blah, blah, blah. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to finish this book up. Thank you so much. I want to thank maybe my parents, okay? And you guys know me better than anyone, blah, blah, blah. So you might want to have just in an acknowledgement section, you only want to acknowledge them maybe a line or 2. Okay, you don't have to make it really super long. And then number 3, maybe you want to acknowledge your mentor, coach, or somebody like that. Maybe in a 4th acknowledgement, you might want to acknowledge your editor, or maybe a photographer, or the book graphics person, or something like that, or a high school coach, whatever, right? Just acknowledge 3, 4, 5 people, and it doesn't have to be exact. This is just a format, just a template that you can actually follow, okay? If you don't want to acknowledge anybody, fine. It's your book. Do it the way you want to do it, right? It's the greatest thing about having a book. Do it the way you want to do it. So that will be on page number 3. On page number 4 might be a table of contents, okay? So table of contents might look something like this. Chapter 1, my amazing adventures, or Chapter 2, who stole my horse, whatever, right? Chapter 3, how to get to that next level, and just list all Chapter 4, Chapter 5, Chapter 6. You can have 7 chapters. You can have 17 chapters. You can have 30 chapters if you want. Totally up to you. Again, your book. I would suggest anywhere from 8 to maybe 15 chapters or something like that. but you just want to be able to put them. Now, as far as the fonts, personally, I use the font Times New Roman, or I will use Arial, as you see here, Arial fonts. Now, I blew this up really big just so you could see it. But the font sizes should probably be about 12, okay? And if you have to do 14, if you want to make it larger, you can, but I just want to let you know it's just going to look like a big, large print book that maybe a children's book or something like that, okay? But I'd say 12 to maybe 13 font, no bigger than 14 font, but 12 is generally the average size. If you go 10, it's going to be too small. So table of contents on page 4. Then on page 5 is the intro section or the introduction section. And again, you don't have to put introduction up here, or you can. Okay? And let me just read to you something that I wrote like within the last 30 seconds, just to give you an example, right? So let's just say this book was called My Amazing Horse or something like that. So I put here as an example intro. You'll never guess what my horse can do. One day he was standing outside as usual, and then all of a sudden he did blah, blah, blah. Okay? I've owned this crazy horse for over 12 years, and he never ceases to amaze me and my friends. In my new book, Amazing Horse, you're going to hear some of the things that you won't believe. This crazy horse of mine is truly something else. I am starting to believe that he is human. Now, this is just something I just made up off the top of my head, okay? But the key to a great introduction is you just want to introduce people to the book, give them a little teaser of what they can expect inside of the book. So almost like a movie trailer, okay? How long should the intro be? Oh, maybe a page. This is just like a paragraph, but maybe you might want to put 2, 3, 4 paragraphs all the way down this page, and maybe make it 1 full page for the intro. Some of my books have 2 pages or even 3 pages for the intro, but it's basically just a teaser, okay? And the intro is going to be, again, on page number 5. Now, that's the first 5 pages of the book. Let me do a quick recap, okay? Your working title, and then maybe the subtitle, and then the subtitle underneath it in smaller font, page 1. Page 2 would be the copyright information, which you're going to replace this information here, okay, with your own. Okay, that's page 2. Page 3 would be like an acknowledgements page where you can acknowledge different people that you love, that you like, that supported you. That would be page 3. Page 4 would be the table of contents, where you're going to map out each one of the chapters, okay? That's page 4. And then page 5, the intro page or 2, where you can actually introduce people, a little teaser, tell them what they're going to get, tell them a little sample of what they can expect to read throughout the book. Just a teaser, man, just to make them excited about reading the whole book. Okay, that's page 5. Now, right after page 5 is maybe the 6th page, and that will be your chapter 1. That's where you start your first chapter. Okay, so it says here, Amazing Horse Adventures. That might be chapter 1. Now, this is just something I made up. Again, title your book what you want it to be titled. Put the chapter names what you want those chapter names to be. So I put something like this. So I'm sitting up. Look at this. I didn't even capitalize. Out the window when all of a sudden I see my horse actually do a backflip. It was one of those moments where you had to rub your eyes and say, am I actually seeing this? Then he did it again. I dropped my dishes and ran outside to see why this was happening, even though I never thought in my wildest dreams that my 1,200-pound horse could do a backflip. Now, I just made this up off the top of my head. But one of the things about chapter 1, which we're going to talk about here in the next module or 2, is you want to start out or lead out with a powerful story to just kind of grab them by the throat and capture them. But for now, just remember, guys, first 5 pages of your book. Okay, this is pretty much a general layout. Doesn't have to be specific. It could be something like this, and this will give you a template or a layout. And I'm probably going to take this, yes, I will, and make a PDF, and that way you can open it and you can see this example, okay, for a template. Okay, guys, keep on writing. Get those first 5 pages done. Try to get it done in a day. because you can make this will take a second, right? Just to get the working title, you can put that in there. It takes about 30 seconds. Okay, then the copyright, you just copy and paste it in here. That'll take another minute or so. And then the acknowledgements might take you maybe 15 minutes to write out who you want to thank in the book. And then outline, okay, table of contents. Now this can change. Don't worry about it. So if it's not perfect, change it around, move it around. But for right now, just at least do what I did. Just put chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, chapter 10, even if you don't know what the names of the chapters will be. And then finally, take about 30 minutes to write out an intro section, okay? And then finally, you're going to start writing chapter 1, but that's for later, okay, guys? So that's it, man. Get those first 5 pages done. See if you can get it done in a day. I challenge you. This is your coach, Coach C.